Ladies and gentlemen, today let's talk about one of the most powerful forces in the world, attitude. It's the hidden engine behind every success, the silent contributor to every achievement, and the deciding factor between failure and triumph. It's a simple thing, but the impact it can have on your life is anything but small. Have you ever wondered what sets one person apart from the rest? It's their attitude. Whether you face a challenge, seize an opportunity, or simply navigate through life's ups and downs, your attitude is what will make all the difference. It can be the fuel that propels you to greatness, or it can be the weight that holds you back. Attitude shapes your perception of the world. Your attitude is the filter through which you interpret everything around you. It's like wearing a pair of glasses. If your lenses are tinted negatively, everything you see will have that negative hue. On the other hand, when you wear lenses tinted with optimism, the world seems brighter, more filled with possibilities. Your mindset is powerful because it shapes not only how you react to the world, but also how you view it in the first place. For example, if you approach life with a positive attitude, you're more likely to see opportunities rather than obstacles. A challenge that might appear insurmountable to someone with a pessimistic view will seem like a manageable step toward growth to someone with a positive attitude. The difference lies in perception. Two people could face the same situation but see it in drastically different ways. It's not the world that changes, but the lens through which they perceive it. Our attitude can even influence how we interpret other people's actions. A person with a positive outlook tends to assume good intentions in others, believing that people are generally kind or that situations will work out. In contrast, someone with a negative attitude may always expect the worst, interpreting neutral or even positive actions as setbacks or threats. This difference in perception can significantly affect our interactions and the relationships we form with others. Furthermore, attitude shapes how we handle adversity. If your outlook on life is positive, when things go wrong, you're more likely to see it as a temporary setback, a lesson, or simply a challenge to overcome. If you have a negative attitude, a setback may feel like the end of the road or something that defines you. The ability to bounce back from failure, to look for the silver lining, or to even grow from difficult experiences is often determined by your attitude. In the same way, a positive attitude fosters a mindset of abundance. You see the world as full of possibilities and opportunities. A negative attitude, however, can make you feel like everything is limited, that there's not enough to go around, or that you are constantly fighting against the odds. Your attitude can either open doors or close them based on the perception you hold about what's possible for you and those around you. Ultimately, attitude doesn't just shape how you see the world in a passive sense, it actively influences the reality you create. The way you perceive events and situations affects the choices you make, which in turn shapes the direction of your life. Whether you see the world as a place of opportunity, kindness, and growth, or as a place of struggle, scarcity, and frustration, will depend entirely on the attitude you choose to adopt. Attitude determines your response to challenges. Challenges are an inevitable part of life. No one escapes them. However, what truly sets individuals apart is how they respond to these challenges. The response is often dictated by one's attitude, whether they face adversity with determination or succumb to frustration and defeat. The way you perceive and react to obstacles shapes the outcome, often more than the challenge itself. When you approach challenges with a positive, growth-oriented attitude, you see them not as insurmountable problems, but as opportunities for development and learning. A person with this mindset views a setback as a chance to discover new strategies, sharpen skills, and refine their approach. They understand that failures are not reflections of their abilities, but stepping stones on the path to success. This type of attitude fosters resilience and resourcefulness, allowing the individual to adapt and keep moving forward despite the difficulties they face. In contrast, when someone approaches a challenge with a negative or defeatist attitude, the situation becomes overwhelming. They may see obstacles as permanent roadblocks rather than temporary setbacks. They might dwell on the problem, feeling hopeless or discouraged, and as a result, they may be less likely to take the necessary steps to overcome it. This attitude often leads to inaction, procrastination, or even giving up entirely. The way they view challenges through the lens of negativity makes it harder for them to find solutions, and the struggle becomes more intense, not because of the challenge itself, but because of their mindset. A person's attitude can also affect how quickly they recover from setbacks. Someone with a resilient attitude will bounce back from failure faster, using the experience as a lesson rather than a source of defeat. They may initially feel disappointment, but they are more likely to quickly regroup and figure out the next step without letting setbacks derail their progress. On the other hand, a person with a negative attitude may dwell on their failure, ruminating on mistakes and feeling paralyzed by the idea of future failures. This prolonged negative emotional state can slow down their recovery and hinder their progress. When facing a challenge, the mindset you bring into the situation directly impacts the resources you tap into. A positive attitude encourages problem solving and creative thinking. Someone with an optimistic outlook tends to approach challenges with a sense of curiosity and determination, asking themselves how they can solve the issue and what they can learn from it. They see difficulty as a puzzle to be solved rather than a dead end. Meanwhile, someone with a pessimistic attitude may focus on the obstacles themselves, amplifying the problems rather than seeking solutions. Attitude also plays a role in how you seek help and collaborate with others. A positive attitude encourages open communication, collaboration, and the willingness to ask for guidance. When facing challenges, individuals with a constructive attitude are more likely to reach out to others, learn from their experiences, and draw on collective knowledge. Those with a negative attitude, however, might shy away from asking for help, either due to fear of judgment or a belief that no one can help them. This isolation can make challenges feel even more daunting. Furthermore, the way challenges are perceived through the lens of attitude can directly impact long-term success. Individuals with a positive and proactive attitude are more likely to view every challenge as a learning experience that adds to their overall growth. Over time, they develop a greater sense of confidence and mastery, knowing they've faced difficulties before and overcome them. Their attitude becomes a catalyst for future success. In contrast, those who react negatively to challenges might find themselves stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and avoidance, where each challenge only reinforces their belief that they are incapable of overcoming it. Ultimately, the power of attitude lies in its ability to influence how challenges are approached. It's not the challenge itself that determines success, but how we respond to it. With the right attitude, challenges can become opportunities for growth, learning, and eventual triumph. Without it, even the smallest obstacle can feel like an insurmountable wall. Attitude affects your relationships. Our attitude profoundly influences how we interact with others, shaping not only the dynamics of our relationships, but also the depth and quality of those connections. Whether in personal, professional, or casual settings, the way we approach others, guided by our attitude, plays a crucial role in building trust, respect, and understanding. A positive attitude tends to open doors to meaningful relationships, while a negative one can create barriers and foster misunderstandings. One of the most powerful ways attitude affects relationships is in how we communicate with others. When we approach conversations with an open, empathetic, and respectful attitude, we invite more meaningful exchanges. We listen actively, ask thoughtful questions, and respond with kindness and consideration. This creates an atmosphere of trust and openness where both parties feel heard and valued. On the other hand, a negative or dismissive attitude often results in communication breakdowns. If we approach conversations with impatience, defensiveness, or a judgmental mindset, it can make the other person feel unsupported or misunderstood. Poor communication can lead to conflict, resentment, and even distance between individuals. Attitude also plays a major role in how we handle conflict within relationships. Every relationship, whether personal or professional, will encounter disagreements. How we respond to these moments often determines whether the relationship grows stronger or weaker. A person with a constructive attitude toward conflict views disagreements as opportunities for growth and resolution. They approach challenges with the goal of F, finding common ground, maintaining respect, and preserving the relationship. They are open to hearing the other person's perspective and are willing to compromise or find solutions that benefit both sides. In contrast, someone with a negative or combative attitude may view conflict as a battle to win rather than a chance to resolve a difference. They may be less likely to listen, more focused on being right and unwilling to work through issues collaboratively. This often leads to escalating tension and unresolved problems. The way we perceive and treat others is also deeply influenced by our attitude. When we hold a positive attitude, we tend to assume the best in people. We give others the benefit of the doubt, believing that most individuals have good intentions. This fosters an environment where trust can thrive, and we're more likely to offer our support when needed. On the other hand, a negative attitude often causes us to be suspicious, cynical, or critical of others. We may assume the worst, interpret innocent actions as insults, or misread intentions. This creates an environment of distrust, where individuals feel defensive or disconnected, which can hinder the development of strong relationships. Attitude also shapes how we give and receive support in relationships. A person with a positive, caring attitude is more likely to offer help, encouragement, and empathy when others are struggling. They understand the value of being there for those they care about, and their supportive actions often strengthen the bond between individuals. Conversely, someone with a negative or self-centered attitude may be less inclined to offer help, viewing it as an inconvenience or expecting something in return. They may be focused on their own needs and less aware of the emotional needs of others. This lack of reciprocity can lead to frustration and feelings of neglect in the relationship. Another key aspect of attitude in relationships is how we respond to the achievements and successes of others. A positive attitude encourages genuine celebration and encouragement when others succeed. Instead of feeling envious or threatened, we feel inspired and happy for their success. We recognize that someone else's achievement does not diminish our own potential, and we support their growth. However, a negative attitude may breed jealousy, competition, or resentment when others experience success. We may feel threatened or question our own worth, and as a result, we might withhold support or even undermine the other person. This fosters a toxic dynamic and can drive a wedge between people who otherwise could have been allies. In professional relationships, attitude is equally crucial. A positive attitude fosters collaboration, teamwork, and respect among colleagues. It creates an environment where everyone feels valued, where ideas can be freely shared, and where conflicts are resolved constructively. In contrast, a negative attitude in the workplace can lead to low morale, poor communication, and a toxic culture. When employees or colleagues approach each other with a dismissive or condescending attitude, it creates division and undermines productivity. The way we choose to approach relationships through the lens of our attitude affects every interaction. Whether with friends, family, colleagues, or romantic partners, our attitude determines how we contribute to the relationship, how we navigate challenges, and how we celebrate success. It's not just about what we do, but how we do it. A positive attitude nurtures strong, supportive, and fulfilling relationships, while a negative attitude can create walls that prevent connection and understanding. Attitude drives motivation and achievement. Your attitude is one of the most powerful driving forces in determining whether you'll reach your goals and fulfill your potential. Motivation and achievement are often the results of how you perceive the world, how you approach challenges, and how determined you are to keep moving forward despite obstacles. When you possess a positive and focused attitude, it fuels your drive to work toward your goals, even when circumstances are tough or when you encounter setbacks. Conversely, a negative attitude can quickly sap your motivation, leading you to give up before reaching your full potential. A positive attitude is inherently linked to a strong sense of self-belief. When you believe in your abilities, you're more likely to take risks, pursue your dreams, and stay committed to your path. This belief in yourself and your abilities serves as a form of internal motivation and unshakable confidence that helps you push through difficult times. On the other hand, a negative attitude can erode that self-belief, causing doubt and fear to take over. If you don't believe in your own potential, it's harder to stay motivated and work toward achieving your goals because every challenge seems insurmountable and every mistake feels like a failure. A great attitude also helps to foster persistence, which is one of the key ingredients to success. Success is rarely immediate. It's built on a series of small steps, many of which involve failures, mistakes, and setbacks. A positive attitude encourages persistence by keeping you focused on the bigger picture and reminding you that each setback is simply a part of the process. When you encounter failure, a positive attitude allows you to view it as a learning experience rather than as a sign to quit. You understand that every obstacle is a chance to grow, adjust your strategy, and improve your approach. This mindset of persistence is essential for achieving long-term success, especially in the face of challenges. Motivation also thrives when you have a clear, optimistic vision of what you want to achieve. Your attitude determines the way you visualize your goals and how you connect with them emotionally. Someone with a positive attitude sees their goals as attainable and exciting, which naturally fuels their desire to take action. They break their larger goals into smaller, more manageable tasks and approach each one with enthusiasm and focus. The more motivated you are, the more effort you put in, and the more progress you make. This proactive approach often leads to greater achievement. In contrast, a negative attitude can cloud your vision, making it harder to see the path forward. When your outlook is pessimistic, your goals may seem distant or unachievable, which can drain your motivation and cause you to avoid taking any meaningful action. The power of attitude in driving motivation also extends to how we respond to external challenges and feedback. When you maintain a positive, growth-oriented attitude, criticism becomes an opportunity to improve, not a personal attack. People with a positive attitude are more likely to seek out constructive feedback and use it to enhance their skills. Instead of feeling defeated by setbacks, they use challenges as stepping stones, learning new techniques, or adjusting their approach to move closer to their goal. Negative feedback for someone with a positive attitude is simply information, something to learn from, not something to demotivate them. However, someone with a negative attitude may become discouraged by criticism, viewing it as a personal failure rather than a tool for improvement. This can cause a person to withdraw, lose confidence, and even give up on their goals entirely. In the realm of motivation and achievement, attitude also plays a critical role in how you manage your time and energy. A positive attitude often drives you to take proactive steps, plan your actions, and stay organized. You feel energized and focused, making it easier to prioritize tasks and take consistent steps toward your goals. When you approach each task with enthusiasm and dedication, your energy is directed in a purposeful way, leading to greater productivity. In contrast, a negative attitude can leave you feeling drained, lethargic, and unproductive. The lack of motivation that comes with a poor attitude can cause procrastination, distractions, and wasted time, all of which can prevent you from achieving your desired outcomes. Another key component of attitude's influence on motivation and achievement is how it affects the people around you. A positive attitude is contagious. When you approach challenges with optimism, perseverance, and determination, others are inspired by your example. Your enthusiasm motivates them to take action, and your success can fuel the success of those around you. In team environments, a positive attitude creates a culture of collaboration and mutual support, where everyone is motivated to contribute and achieve collective goals. Conversely, a negative attitude can bring down the energy of those around you. If you constantly express doubt, frustration, or a lack of confidence, it can demotivate others and create a sense of hopelessness or complacency within the group. Your attitude has the power to either lift people up or drag them down. Additionally, a positive attitude can greatly enhance your problem-solving skills, which are crucial for both motivation and achievement. People with an optimistic attitude are more likely to approach problems with creativity and resilience. They view challenges as puzzles to be solved, and this mindset allows them to find solutions, even in difficult circumstances. They don't give up at the first sign of trouble. Instead, they think outside the box, explore different options, and take calculated risks to move forward. On the other hand, someone with a negative attitude may feel overwhelmed by problems, focusing on the difficulties instead of possible solutions. This negative mindset can prevent them from tapping into their full potential and hinder their progress. In conclusion, attitude is a powerful force that determines your motivation and, by extension, your ability to achieve your goals. A positive, proactive attitude fuels self-belief, persistence, and the ability to overcome setbacks, while a negative attitude holds you back, creating self-doubt, frustration, and a lack of drive. When you choose to cultivate an attitude that is optimistic, resilient, and focused, you unlock the true potential of your motivation, setting yourself up for success. Attitude creates energy and enthusiasm. Your attitude has a profound effect on your energy levels and the enthusiasm with which you approach every aspect of life. It's the invisible force that either propels you forward or holds you back. When your attitude is positive and focused, it acts like a spark that ignites your energy, filling you with the drive to take on challenges, pursue your goals, and engage fully in the world around you. The energy and enthusiasm that stem from a great attitude are contagious, spreading to others and creating an environment where motivation and action thrive. A positive attitude can generate an energy that you may not even realize you possess. It's like the fuel that powers the engine of your ambitions. When you approach life with optimism, you approach every task, no matter how big or small, with eagerness and purpose. Instead of feeling burdened by responsibilities, you're motivated to dive into them with a sense of excitement, knowing that they are steps toward achieving your larger goals. This enthusiasm for what you do, whether it's your career, personal projects, or relationships, gives you the momentum to keep going, even when things get difficult. It makes even the most mundane tasks feel like an opportunity for progress. When your attitude is fueled by positivity, you tend to experience an increase in physical energy. Have you ever noticed how a great mood can make you feel more alert, focused, and motivated to take action? On the contrary, a negative attitude can drain you. When you adopt a pessimistic outlook, you become mentally and physically fatigued. You may start to feel sluggish, unmotivated, and uninterested in tackling the day ahead. This drop in energy levels often stems from the mental weight of negativity, which affects not just your mood, but also your physical well-being. The more negative your attitude, the more you may find yourself procrastinating, avoiding responsibilities, or feeling overwhelmed. A positive attitude, however, acts as a natural stimulant that boosts your vitality and keeps you moving forward. Energy and enthusiasm also play a critical role in how you interact with others. When you carry a positive attitude, your energy radiates outward, influencing the people around you. Your enthusiasm becomes a source of inspiration to others, whether in a team environment, a group setting, or in one-on-one interactions. When people see you approaching tasks with enthusiasm, they are more likely to feel motivated and inspired to do the same. This kind of positive influence fosters a collaborative and dynamic environment where people are energized and focused on achieving common goals. Enthusiasm is contagious. It spreads naturally and quickly. When you bring your best attitude to the table, it lights a fire in others, encouraging them to engage fully and bring their own energy to the collective effort. A positive attitude also helps you maintain a sense of joy and fulfillment in your work, which naturally enhances your energy levels. When you're enthusiastic about what you're doing, even the most challenging aspects of it become more manageable. You might find that tasks that once seemed tedious or burdensome now feel like rewarding challenges. With a great attitude, you're more likely to approach every project with a sense of excitement, passion, and determination. This makes it easier to stay focused, overcome distractions, and see things through to completion. When you're enthusiastic about your work, it's easier to find solutions to problems and take on new challenges because you're energized by the idea of growth and success. In contrast, a negative attitude tends to create a sense of inertia. When you carry negativity, you're more likely to feel stuck in a rut. Tasks seem more difficult, time drags on, and you struggle to find the motivation to continue. Negative thoughts lead to a lack of enthusiasm, and without enthusiasm, your energy naturally wanes. You may find yourself going through the motions, completing tasks only because you have to, without any real drive to succeed or improve. This creates a cycle of low energy and low productivity, making it harder to achieve your goals and progress in life. Enthusiasm fueled by the right attitude is what allows you to break out of this cycle and make things happen. Furthermore, energy and enthusiasm are key factors in how you manage challenges. Life is full of obstacles, and how you face them often determines the outcome. When you maintain a positive attitude, even in the face of adversity, you bring an energy that allows you to tackle challenges head on. You don't see obstacles as roadblocks, you see them as opportunities to grow, adapt, and push yourself further. This energy keeps you motivated and gives you the drive to keep going, no matter how tough things get. You take setbacks in stride and remain focused on your goals, drawing strength from your positive attitude. In contrast, a negative attitude tends to create hesitation, resistance, and a reluctance to take action. When you're burdened by negative thoughts, challenges feel insurmountable, and you may feel overwhelmed by the sheer effort required to push through. Negative energy can lead to procrastination and avoidance, making it more difficult to move past difficulties. Without enthusiasm, it's easy to give up before you've even truly given your best effort. Positive energy, on the other hand, fuels persistence, resilience, and creativity, giving you the ability to find solutions and continue pushing forward. Your attitude also shapes your capacity for self-motivation. Enthusiasm and energy come from within, and a positive attitude helps you cultivate this internal drive. When you believe in yourself, you're more likely to take initiative, set ambitious goals, and work tirelessly toward achieving them. A positive attitude helps you maintain the momentum to pursue your passions and take action, even when the external rewards aren't immediate. You're energized by the belief that progress is being made, no matter how small, and that every step forward is worth celebrating. A negative attitude, on the other hand, leads to a lack of motivation and excitement about what you're doing. Without energy, it becomes hard to sustain focus or push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Your lack of enthusiasm can make every task feel laborious and tedious, leading to procrastination and stagnation. When you're stuck in negativity, you may lose sight of your long-term goals and feel disconnected from your passions. This lack of energy ultimately keeps you from reaching your full potential. In essence, the energy and enthusiasm that stem from a positive attitude propel you forward, filling you with the drive to take on new challenges, pursue your passions, and engage with others in meaningful ways. Whether in work, relationships, or personal growth, attitude is the fuel that powers your ability to create, achieve, and thrive. When you choose to cultivate positivity, you unlock a wellspring of energy that allows you to move through the world with purpose, enthusiasm, and vitality. Attitude cultivates persistence. Persistence is often the key that separates success from failure. It's the ability to continue striving toward your goals despite challenges, setbacks, or obstacles. And one of the primary forces that cultivate persistence is your attitude. The way you think, feel, and respond to situations directly impacts your ability to persist in the face of difficulty. A positive attitude can fuel your determination to keep going, while a negative attitude can cause you to abandon your efforts before you've had a chance to succeed. A positive attitude builds resilience, which is the backbone of persistence. Resilience is the mental strength to recover from setbacks, adapt to adversity, and keep moving forward. When you have a positive attitude, you see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than as reasons to quit. Every obstacle you face is viewed through the lens of possibility and experience that will teach you something new, refine your approach, and bring you one step closer to your ultimate goal. A resilient attitude helps you bounce back from failure without losing your motivation or your focus. Rather than giving up, you adapt your strategies, pick yourself up, and keep going, knowing that perseverance will eventually lead to success. On the other hand, a negative attitude tends to undermine persistence. When you view setbacks as insurmountable obstacles, failure becomes a sign to quit rather than a chance to learn. Negative thinking creates self-doubt, which erodes your confidence and reduces your ability to stay committed. When you believe that failure defines your capabilities, you're more likely to give up after the first, second, or even third setback. A negative attitude turns challenges into roadblocks, and with each failure, your determination weakens. The inability to see beyond immediate difficulties can cause you to lose sight of your long-term goals and abandon your efforts prematurely. Attitude also influences the way you handle adversity. A person with a positive attitude approaches challenges with a sense of optimism and curiosity. They may face difficulties, but they refuse to be discouraged by them. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this and how can I overcome it?" This mindset helps them maintain the motivation to persist because they view setbacks as part of the journey to success. They know that no matter how many times they fall, what truly matters is their willingness to get back up and keep moving forward. Each failure is not a reason to quit, but a lesson that brings them closer to achieving their goals. A negative attitude, by contrast, breeds frustration and defeatism. When faced with obstacles, individuals with a negative outlook often see only the difficulties, not the solutions. They become overwhelmed by the weight of their challenges. And each failure seems like a confirmation of their inability to succeed. This sense of hopelessness can cause them to give up far too soon without putting in the effort necessary to overcome the problem. A negative attitude narrows your focus to the present moment of struggle, preventing you from seeing the bigger picture and the progress you've already made. The ability to cultivate persistence also depends on how you view progress. A positive attitude helps you maintain momentum even when progress is slow. When you keep a constructive outlook, you understand that success is not always immediate. It's about consistency, effort, and the willingness to keep trying even when results aren't visible. You celebrate small victories and incremental progress, recognizing that every step forward, no matter how minor, is a part of the larger journey. This attitude nurtures persistence because it keeps you motivated through the inevitable periods of stagnation or slow progress. In contrast, a negative attitude tends to focus on the lack of progress. When things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like, a negative mindset can make you feel as though your efforts are pointless. You might become fixated on what hasn't been achieved yet, rather than celebrating what you've already accomplished. The sense of frustration that arises from this focus can cause you to lose your drive and abandon your efforts before you see the fruits of your labor. Without the motivation to persist, even small setbacks can derail your path entirely. A crucial component of persistence is the willingness to embrace failure and use it as a stepping stone toward success. A person with a positive attitude does not see failure as a dead end, but as a valuable part of the learning process. They know that each failure carries important lessons, insights into what went wrong and what can be done differently next time. This mindset fosters an attitude of continual improvement and growth. They are persistent because they view failure as temporary and necessary for growth. They believe that every attempt, even those that end in failure, brings them closer to success because they are constantly learning and refining their approach. Someone with a negative attitude, however, may interpret failure as a sign of their own inadequacy or lack of talent. This interpretation leads to discouragement and self-doubt, preventing them from trying again. Instead of learning from their mistakes, they may see failure as a confirmation that they should give up. This lack of resilience hinders their ability to persist, and they may stop pursuing their goals altogether. Negative thinking distorts failure, making it feel like a permanent roadblock, whereas a positive attitude turns failure into a temporary detour on the road to success. Attitude also plays a significant role in how we set our goals. Those with a positive, proactive attitude are more likely to set ambitious, yet attainable, goals that challenge them to reach new heights. They approach their goals with the understanding that the road to success is often long and difficult, but they are committed to staying the course. Their attitude encourages them to break down big goals into manageable steps and to stay focused on the process rather than the outcome. They are persistent because they are invested in the journey as much as in the destination. People with a negative attitude, however, might set goals that are either too small, lacking the challenge needed to foster growth, or so large and unrealistic that they feel overwhelming. Their attitude often leads them to give up before they've even begun, believing that the effort required is too much to bear. They are less likely to break their goals into achievable steps, and the enormity of the task can overwhelm them. Without a positive attitude to encourage them to push through difficulties, they often abandon their goals too early, not giving themselves the opportunity to achieve something great. In the end, persistence is born from the way we think about the world and our goals. A positive attitude nurtures the determination to keep going, no matter how many times we stumble along the way. It fuels the belief that success is possible, even if it requires patience, hard work, and perseverance. When we cultivate an attitude of resilience, optimism, and learning, persistence becomes a natural byproduct. We are more likely to rise after each fall and keep moving forward with the energy, focus, and drive necessary to achieve our dreams. A negative attitude, on the other hand, creates doubt, frustration, and the temptation to quit. The difference between quitting and pushing through is often not a matter of skill or talent, but of the attitude we bring to the challenge. In conclusion, the power of attitude cannot be underestimated. It is the foundation that shapes your ability to persist in the face of adversity, navigate challenges with resilience, and ultimately achieve your goals. A positive attitude fuels your drive, keeps you focused on the bigger picture, and transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. It turns setbacks into lessons and empowers you to keep going, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. So as you continue on your path, remember that your attitude will determine your persistence, and your persistence will pave the way to success. Stay positive, stay committed, and always believe that the best is yet to come.